Living alone, especially as you grow older, is often portrayed as a peaceful and empowering experience. You get to do what you want when you want, without interruptions or obligations to others. While this is true to some extent, there's another side to the story that doesn't get talked about as often, things you won't hear until you're living it yourself. I've gathered wisdom from countless platforms and forums, and I want to share what most people are saying. This isn't just my experience, it's a collective one from those who've walked this path before. And it's not all bad, it's just real. So let's talk about the parts of living alone as an older person that people don't tell you and how you can make the most of it. Before we dive in, I'd love your support. If you find this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps me spread these valuable lessons on aging. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. And please let me know your thoughts. If you like this video, comment 1, and if you don't, comment 0 so I can improve. Now let's get started. 1. You have to be your own emergency backup. One of the biggest surprises about living alone in your later years is realizing that you are your own safety net. There's no one around to notice if something goes wrong. I read stories of people who fell and weren't found for hours or even days because they didn't have anyone checking on them regularly. One Redditor shared how they had to start carrying their phone everywhere, even in the shower. While this might sound a little extreme, it's a good idea to think ahead about your safety. Consider wearing a smartwatch or a medical alert system, especially if you live in a more remote area or don't have close neighbors. For example, I remember a woman on an online forum who installed an emergency key lockbox outside her house. This way, if something ever happens, trusted friends or family can get in without breaking a window. Tip: always have a plan. Maybe designate a friend or family member to check in on you regularly or set reminders to reach out to them. 2. Loneliness can be a real struggle, even for introverts. Most people think living alone is a dream for introverts, and for the most part, it is. But even the most solitary people can face bouts of loneliness, especially as they grow older. Many people on forums say their social circles have shrunk over the years. Friends have moved away, retired, or passed on, and meeting new people can feel more challenging. One elderly gentleman shared in a forum how he'd go days without a single conversation. He loved his independence, but missed the casual interactions of having someone around to chat with about the little things, like the weather or what's for dinner. For some, the solution has been adopting a pet. Pets offer companionship, routine, and responsibility. As one woman said on a forum, "My cat might not talk, but he's always there when I come home, and that makes all the difference." Actionable tip: if you're feeling lonely, consider volunteering or joining local groups that match your interests. Websites like Meetup can help you connect with like-minded individuals. 3. Keeping up with home maintenance can be overwhelming. One thing that gets more difficult with age is keeping up with housework. As we grow older, our energy levels change. Tasks like cleaning gutters, mowing the lawn, or even vacuuming can feel more exhausting. I've read several stories of older people who let certain chores slide simply because they no longer had the stamina or desire to do them. One woman shared how she kept a list of home projects that needed to be done, but ended up putting most of them off. It wasn't that she didn't care, it was just too overwhelming to tackle everything alone. Tip: don't hesitate to ask for help. You might hire someone for the heavy lifting chores, or ask family and friends to pitch in occasionally. If your budget allows, consider downsizing. A smaller living space means less maintenance and fewer things to worry about. Number 4, your daily routine becomes sacred, and that's okay. When you live alone, your daily routine becomes your stability. Whether it's enjoying morning coffee on the porch, taking afternoon walks, or watching your favorite TV show in the evening, these habits keep you grounded. A woman in her 70s shared how she starts her mornings by playing the same song while making breakfast, just to fill the quiet house with some energy. Another man explained how he looked forward to watering his garden every evening. He said it wasn't just about the plants, but the sense of purpose and structure it gave his day. Actionable tip: don't feel guilty about sticking to your routine. It's what makes living alone special. These are your rituals, and they give you control over your life. 5. Cooking for one can be tricky, but rewarding. Cooking for yourself can be unexpectedly tricky when you're older and living alone. You don't need to prepare big meals, and sometimes it feels like too much effort to make a full dish just for yourself. I've read countless stories of people defaulting to frozen meals or takeout because it's easier. But as one woman commented, learning to love cooking for yourself can change your perspective entirely. It becomes less about the labor and more about the care you're putting into yourself. Tip: try batch cooking on weekends or making meals that you can eat over a few days. Some have found joy in experimenting with new recipes, treating it as a hobby rather than a chore. Cooking can be a form of self-care, reminding you that you're worth the effort. Number 6. The quiet can be both a blessing and a curse. Silence is something people don't expect to hit them as hard as it does when they start living alone. For some, the house can feel too quiet, especially in the evenings. Some thrive in that peace, but for others, it can be unsettling. One older woman shared that she started leaving the radio on in the background while doing her chores, just to fill the air with some noise. Another man said he listens to podcasts throughout the day to feel like someone is talking to him. Actionable tip: find ways to break the silence, whether it's music, audiobooks, or TV. On the flip side, embrace the quiet. It can be a gift, a space to think, reflect, and recharge. 7. You need to be intentional about physical activity. Living alone can mean fewer reasons to get up and move. Without a partner or housemate encouraging you to go for a walk or participate in shared activities, it's easy to fall into a sedentary lifestyle. Many people on forums have confessed that after living alone for some time, they noticed their physical fitness declining. One man shared how he slowly stopped taking daily walks and found himself sitting more. He said, "I didn't realize how much less active I was until my body started to stiffen up." Tip: incorporate physical activity into your routine, no matter how small. Set a daily step goal, do some light stretching in the mornings, or join a local fitness class for older adults. Even gardening, dancing around your living room, or taking the stairs instead of the elevator can keep you moving. 8. Your sense of time may shift in unexpected ways. Living alone can change your relationship with time. Without the rhythms of another person in the house, you may lose track of the day, the week, or even the month. Several people online have mentioned that time either stretches out too long or slips away unnoticed. A man commented in a forum that after his retirement and the passing of his spouse, he had days where he wasn't sure what day it was. Actionable tip: create your own rhythm. Designate certain days for specific tasks, like grocery shopping on Mondays and house cleaning on Thursdays. Engaging in hobbies that make you look forward to specific times of day can also help keep track of time. 9. Decluttering becomes both easier and harder. The task of decluttering takes on new significance. On one hand, there's no one around to argue over which items to keep or toss, which can make the process smoother. On the other hand, everything in your home becomes a reflection of your life. I remember reading a comment from an older woman who found herself keeping things for their sentimental value. She said, "It's just me, so who does it hurt to hold on to these things?" But she also reflected, "Do I really want to leave all this for someone else to sort through?" Tip: start small. Tackle one area at a time and allow yourself to feel the emotions that come with it. After all, this is your space, and you have the power to shape it as you wish. 10. Social invitations might decrease, but you have to create your own fun. As you get older, you might find social invitations dwindling. Friends and family move into different stages of life, busy with their families and careers. A few people in forums expressed how they noticed they weren't invited to gatherings as much anymore. One woman said, "I used to wait for my phone to ring, but now I've learned I need to be proactive." Tip: instead of waiting for others to invite you, create your own social life. Invite a friend for coffee, organize a book club, or host a movie night in your living room. 11. It's easy to neglect self-care, but it's more important than ever. When you live alone, there's no one to notice when you've been wearing the same clothes for 3 days, or when you haven't bothered to shower. Self-care can slip through the cracks, and it's crucial to make it a priority. Many older adults have mentioned how they realized they needed to create rituals that encourage self-care. One man shared that he started making a point of getting dressed every morning, even if he had nowhere to go. Actionable tip: set a self-care schedule. Whether it's a weekly bubble bath, skincare routine, or simply getting dressed and putting on nice shoes, it's essential to treat yourself with love and care. Living alone in your golden years comes with its own set of challenges, but it can also be a deeply fulfilling experience. You have the freedom to create the life you want, and that's something to cherish. Just remember, it's okay to ask for help, prepare for the unexpected, and lean on others when needed. Surround yourself with what brings you joy and take pride in the life you're building. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more insights on living your best life in your golden years. Share your thoughts or experiences in the comments below. Thank you for watching.